Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, August 3, 2021. Jamaica is expecting to welcome 4.2 million visitors and generate approximately $4 billion in tourism earnings by 2024. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett says these projections are based on the growth trends since the island's borders were reopened to international travel in June 2020 after being closed due to the pandemic.
It is going to be a slow and arduous process, but we are already seeing very positive signs, and I'm confident that by 2023, we will once again be seeing significant gains. We have welcomed over 837,000 stopover visitors, with arrivals increasing at an average of 20% each month since reopening.
Minister Bartlett was addressing a meeting with representatives of the Caribbean Alternative Investment Association recently. The meeting was held to discuss the creation of an enabling environment to foster investments, leading to the growth of small and medium-sized tourism enterprises. Over 25,000 persons 18 years and older have been vaccinated just 3 days into the 7-day island-wide vaccination blitz. This is possible due to the delivery of 300,000 doses of vaccine from the UK last Wednesday. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the vaccine provides a ray of hope for faster recovery and a return to normalcy as soon as possible. He made an appeal for all eligible Jamaicans to take the vaccine.
With this number of vaccines, we could easily double the number of persons who are fully vaccinated, and we could do so rapidly. However, it will take the acceptance of every single Jamaican to come on board and get vaccinated. The vaccines will save your lives, and it will allow us to return to normal and reopen our economy.
The shipment is the UK's first to any country globally under a commitment given by Prime Minister Boris Johnson during a group of 7 G7 nations meeting in June.
On behalf of the government of Jamaica and the people of Jamaica, I want to express our gratitude to the government of the United Kingdom and the people of the United Kingdom for this gift, which is a symbol of our strong relationship. I also want to specially acknowledge the work of High Commissioner Ahmad in ensuring that this gift of vaccine materialize at the time that it has.
The vaccination blitz, which started on Saturday, will run until Thursday. During this time, individuals may make appointments for their first or second dose by contacting the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health and Wellness last week received essential medical equipment and supplies valued at over $32 million. The equipment, which will support the country's fight against COVID-19, was donated via a virtual ceremony by the government of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It comprises 150,000 sterile and non-sterile surgical gowns, 188,000 medical masks, 1.6 million surgical masks, 9,500 nitrile gloves, and 23 ventilators. Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to Jamaica, His Excellency Faisal Falah Al-Arbi, says the bright side to the pandemic has been the cooperation and solidarity countries have shown amongst themselves. The National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons, NATFATIP, says the reintegration of victims of human trafficking into society is a crucial aspect of its mandate. Manager of the Trafficking in Persons Secretariat, Shani Russell Robinson, says due to the psychological impact of the ordeal on victims, the task force sees it as a priority to provide support for this vulnerable group.
After you've come out of a life of trafficking in persons, you are devastated, you are traumatized, and you will need the assistance of persons as well as your family members and government and other stakeholders to assist you in getting back to a normal life.
Mrs. Russell Robinson was speaking at a recent JIS think tank. She says systems in place to offer assistance include a government-operated shelter for victims of trafficking, a reintegration program, assistance with educational expenses and job opportunities, as well as training and other extracurricular skills. There is also assistance with immigration documents such as passport and/or other forms of IDs if the victim is a non-national. This is in addition to psychosocial counseling by the Victim Services Division of the Ministry of Justice and the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has called on Jamaicans to shun what he terms the disease of violence. In his Emancipation Day message, Mr. Holness said government was already tackling the challenge through a comprehensive reform of its policy framework and response. Mr. Holness adds that the state has also passed the Sexual Harassment Bill while Domestic Violence Bill is being reviewed.
We must all make a concerted effort to reject violence in our daily lives. Your government is seized of this disease of violence plaguing our people. It is of epidemic proportions, and it has infected all facets of our society. The first step in combating this disease is to get the average person to accept that violence in all its forms, whether intimate partner, domestic, corporal punishment, gang violence, or security force violence, all violence is wrong.
For his part, Leader of the Opposition Mark Golding used his Emancipation Day message to reiterate the call for reparations.
It is a fact that no form of compensation was paid to those who were enslaved, either for the unpaid extraction of their labor or their life in bondage that they endured. The profound negative effects of that period continue to be endured to this day, and the growing calls for reparations remain unyielding but have not yet been answered.
And finally, the JCDC 2021 cultural competitions ended with Miss Manchester's Dominic Reed being crowned Miss Jamaica Festival Queen 2021 and Erica Lumsden walking away the winner of the new Gospel Star competition. The Festival Queen show, which was live streamed because of the pandemic, saw 13 women vying for the coveted crown. The Gospel Star competition had its grand finale on Sunday. Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Grange says it is an extension of the usual gospel song competition.
The idea of introducing the Gospel Star this year in the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission planning for independence celebration, we're now moving away from the gospel song competition to the Gospel Star. In fact, what we're looking for is that outstanding talent that ministers in gospel.
The JCDC closes off its series of events this week with televised and live-streamed independence celebrations under the theme Jamaica 59, Come Make We Celebrate Online. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.